Unified schemes of antithesis. What a creative and magical species the human race is. Diversity is abundant on Earth, and since we are born on Earth, we are all made of Earth. Our diversity of the physical form allows us to easily identify each other, but beyond the physical, our mental and emotional differences can inspire others to propel humanity beyond our imaginations. However, when we focus intently on exterior differences, we place each other into boxes, creating a force of separation between us. This force grows to a degree that will have us believe our physical forms define us and puts us into groups that attack each other over these differences. Perhaps this devastating act of fighting is necessary, because when we cut ourselves open, we are reminded that we are all made of the same stuff on the inside. By hurting each other over external differences, we are ultimately hurting ourselves on the inside. If we can listen, understand, and respect each other, we will see that we are all part of this mass organism we call the human race. Perhaps we should be racing to grow as a whole instead of racing to tear each other apart. Well, this was the artist statement for this project that I've created. So what you're seeing here is that I had these ice sculptures with these skeletons made out of plaster on the inside, and they were displayed in Portland, Oregon, and stood up for about 30 hours. And hundreds of people, as you can see, have swarmed through looking at these sculptures and watching them slowly melt and deteriorate. They have been touched, they have been slightly abused, they have been respected, they have been documented on people's personal phones. But no, this sculpture has been amazing. I am beyond happy with how it came out. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you the process of how I made this. So the first thing I did is I drafted up a skeleton on the computer to get it to scale. Then I found chunks of wood that would fit into those scales, and then I carve it, and blam, check it out. And then I needlessly oiled them. This took almost like a year to carve this skeleton. Granted, I've only been working on it for about a couple hours a week. And here it is. This took a long time, and I'm really happy to see this skeleton come alive. So now it's time to make molds of it, because I want to make 5 of these out of plaster. So what I did is I got this silicone rubber brush-on mold, and I brushed in all the mold over all the bones. And then I've made mother molds, which is a plaster to help hold those silicone molds. And then I spent a lot of time casting this. This is a lot longer than I anticipated. And then after that, I had all these bones, and I painted them all white for some reason. And then here it is, almost a whole nother year of that, working at the same speed, about a few hours a week. I have finished all of the skeletons, and they look amazing. And then after that, I went ahead and started freezing them in the ice. It took a few hours, but I figured out a way to clamp and hold the bones into the ice. And then once they are all done, I pulled the ice blocks out, and then I went ahead and just started carving them. Took about 4 or 5 hours each to carve each person. And I really took my time to get all the detail in there. And unfortunately, through the photo documentation that I got, you don't really see very much of the detail that I did. But I did the best that I can. And then I had it all set up. And so my running joke is I spent about 2 years carving this thing just to watch it melt in 2 days publicly. And I'm very grateful for the Portland Winter Lights Festival. It's an annual event that happens here in Portland, and I've partnered up with them, and I feel very grateful that they were open for me to sharing this experience with the public. Well, my initial intent was to have this sculpture melt down to a pile of bones at the end of the public viewing, but to my surprise, they all stood up. Still standing. Every single one of them still stood at the end of the festival. So still wanting to maximize the melting process of the sculpture, I carefully took them down and brought them back home, and then I set them up in my yard the very next morning. And I time-lapsed them melting for the next 2 days until I had to leave out of town. And I let them sit there and I melt, and then I came back a month later, and here is what they look like, a big pile of bones. And there was my project right there. So this is the end. So from birth to life to death, this project has gone through an entire life cycle. But I did take the time to put each figure under colored lighting and take very nice photographs of them. And they are up for purchase. So if anybody is interested in buying these photographs, 1, 2, 3, or all 5, feel free to check out my website. I'll put the description down below. And the final thing that I have done is that I have taken all the bones and I put them all back together as if I was an archaeologist. And so this is what they look like. I've done the best that I can. It was like the ultimate puzzle. But here they are. These are also available for purchase as well. And what's amazing about these particular structures is that they have actually gone through a history. They have a history. But anyways, thank you very much for enjoying this video if you made it to the end. And yeah, I guess we'll do the like and subscribe deal too. And continue making more videos for viewing. Appreciate it all. Thank you.